How's it going, everyone? Hope things are going well. This is the Bi Friend Podcast, episode 14, Black and Bi. And so far, we have talked about a plethora of things about being bisexual that pertain to my life. We've talked about friends, family, dating, relationships, my fear of coming out. I've just talked about myself. I've talked about different stereotypes and the bisexual spectrum and what I like about being bi. These are all the episodes that I've gone over to get me here. And folks, we're moving and grooving. Episode 22 ends the beginning of the Bi Friend Podcast because I don't know what I'm going to do after this. Go out into the world, wander around, and talk to some queer people. Maybe that's what I'll do. Chuck will be roaming around, always talking around to the people in town. All I see. Hit you with a little Kings of Leon. All right, let's get into this and really start the show. All right, and like I said earlier, this episode is called Black and Bi. Because, hi, hello, that's me. So I'm going to talk about navigating the black community and being a bisexual male. It requires balance. When I started looking up information for this episode, the big thing that I really heard that a lot of black people are just more homophobic. You know, there's no space for fluidity. It's male and female or male and male. There's no gray area. There's no in between. There's no okay. And that's for the most part. But like I've said, I have had family members who have been very supportive of my life. I mean, it's not like I'm going out and just being just a nasty, but people don't like that gay shit. It is what it is. I can't change it. I'm just living life. you got a set amount of time to figure some shit out. Then that's it. Maybe we come back. If we do a good job, we'll come back in a better position. Maybe the last life I really, didn't work my shit out. So now I'm questioning everything. And again, every time I would look something up about blacks and, even homosexuality, anything under the queer umbrella, I've noticed and watched a lot of videos and how they talk. Then yeah, that's, black masculinity can be toxic and can hinder growth. Doesn't matter who you are. If you want to do something positive and help take care of someone and raise someone, guess what? I had some gay cousins. I had a couple of them. I didn't understand it when I was younger. Different family members would be like, oh, yeah, that's your cousin, Bobby. He's a little sweet. He got a little sugar in his tank. Yeah, that's sweetness over there. And, I was young, so I didn't understand it. But as I got older, I was like, oh, he likes dudes. And you never saw him around with anybody. You just saw him there at the family reunions. It's crazy. And this is an older man, so he grew up in a time when being black was the the worst of the worst problems. If you happen to like, a male or a female, and you were a male or a female, I'm telling you that they'd find that out. That was the icing on the cake, so they could beat you harder. Yeah, black masculinity can be very toxic, and I'm glad that I didn't have to deal with any of that. Like I've said earlier, when I was younger, being weird in life, figuring things out, but none of my male family members, or even female at that, said anything discouraging to me. They always wished the best, and whoever my partner may be. Now, they would always say that. I'm like, look, okay, yes, whoever. Just stop saying that. They didn't want to offend me. Oh, your partner. Listen, I'm happy whoever your partner is. Okay? Don't you worry. And I didn't, and I don't. So, yeah. One thing that being black and bi does, it's double invisibility. Because as a bisexual, nobody believes you. They're like, you're just a closeted gay. Gay-bo. Or it's because I'm black. Oh, yeah. And I don't have to really say anything crazy about that because, being black can be dangerous in any situation. So now, the LGBT community is like, oh, pick a side. You like women, you like men? You can't have your cake and eat it too, you greedy bastard. So you become invisible. And that's the superpower. Invisibility. And a strength that can go beyond normal strength. Because I'm telling you, if you get the right family members, they will, make little jokes here and there, but they won't take it too far. It's family. And sometimes the jokes and them joning on you and shit like that strengthens you. That makes you able to repel other bullshit that randoms are throwing at you. Because if you're like, man, fuck that. And guess what? You ain't listening to their bullshit. You're living your life. So there's another strength building ability that I have. So super strength and invisibility. I think that's a good combo. But I live at the intersection of discrimination. And guess what? I have gotten pretty comfortable there because there's nothing really I can do. Now think about this. From the time of this episode, they had only desegregated schools for 69 years. That's it. We know plenty of people that are 69. They were growing up. If they're older than 69, they may remember how bad segregation was and how ruthless people could be. But that's where I'm sitting. At that intersection. Race and sexuality. And I'm just going to be there. Where else can I go? I have made it to my destination. I used to sit at that intersection and it would only be racial. But now it can be sexual. But here's a big thing. I don't get a lot of people messing with me because I've said it before, I got that resting bitch face. So you're not just going to come up and start talking your crazy shit to me. Because sometimes I look like an angry bear. And guess what you don't want to do? Poke the bear, baby. You want the bear to poke you. Get you with that black bear. Rawr. All right. The only thing I can do is keep driving through the intersection. Beep, beep, life keeps moving. Life goes on. Yeah. And again, family has been very supportive. I've talked to my mother. Years ago, I had kind of talked to my grandmother. Maybe a little to my grandfather, not so much to my uncle. But family talks. When your young ass goes to sleep, and then the kid and the adults are in the living room. It's adult time. Now they're cutting up, talking, laughing, drinking. Your ass is asleep because you got school in the morning, and you can't stay up past 9:00. Yes, better be in bed by 10. But yeah, family has been majorly supportive. The one person I still need to make time to sit down and talk to is my sister. I have not talked to her yet. I know she'll be supportive. I just, I don't want to just call her up and be like, hey, I want to talk to you about something crazy. No. I want to get together, have lunch. I want it to be fluid and natural and not forced, or like I'm like it's some cry for help. That's not what I'm trying to do. But everybody has been very supportive. Family, friends have been wow. I I can't thank my friends enough. And something big like this, it is rough to talk about. But now that I have been talking to people and saying, "Hey, listen, I want to tell you a little fun fact about myself. We're in good standings. We have a great time together, talking, having fun. I want to let you in on a little more of my life." And then I tell these people, and it's been nothing but positivity. I'm so happy about that. And comedy, because some of the people, it throws them for a loop. They're like, "Oh, what? You're what? Really? All the time? Yeah." And I'm like, "Yeah, the whole time." Just the support has been amazing and overwhelming sometimes. I love it. Positive, amazing, and overwhelming. Now, as I was going through and looking for different things on being black and bi, I came upon a documentary by a guy named Marlon Riggs. And he was an activist, a writer, a director. And what he did in the 80s was create all these documentaries about being black and gay. And one of the big ones that a lot of people talk about is called Tongues Untied. And he did that in 89. And that documentary went and talked to different black and gay men in America during the time where there wasn't much representation. This was a way to get the black gay community out there. I haven't really got a chance to watch the entire documentary. I've seen clips. I've been trying to find it. It's a little hard to find, and I don't have any streaming services that have it. But I'm gonna find it. From what I saw, it just went over different areas and facets of the gay black community. Hey, going out. Hey, what happens when you go out? Hey, what happens when you want to have fun? What do you do? Oh, you want to do a little poetry, a little interpretive dance. And guess what? He went out and he documented this, and he shone the light on something that people didn't want to talk about or didn't want to even believe was going on during that time. And here's a great quote by Marlon Riggs. It says, "Silence kills the soul. It diminishes its possibilities to rise and fly and explore. Silence withers what makes you human. The soul shrinks until it's nothing." And in turn, this man said, "I'm not going to let that happen. I am going to use my abilities to get our voice out there." And that's exactly what he did. And don't worry, I'm going to finish it. I've seen a small portion of it. It's only 55 minutes, but, you know, the powers that be don't want that stuff out there. So you might have to do a little extra searching, but it's out there. And you know what the biggest problem that I see already is that this movie was made in 1989. It's 2025, and there is no talk of another film or documentary that was even on that level that talks about anything like this. Nobody's doing it. It's crazy. Maybe that's what I got to do. Now, everything in the documentary kind of went over, for gay. Uh, so yeah, I think maybe that's what I got to do, because it's things are changing. People are liking all kinds of stuff. I do. So yeah, we'll see. The tricky part is going to be finding people that want to talk who are DL. Now, I knew this abbreviation from years ago growing up. You would hear that definitely in the black community about being DL. Now, that is about the scenery, fear. And that's fear from family, friends, church, partners. So you stay on the down low. You don't put yourself out there. And maybe not a fear of rejection, but more definitely a fear of hate and misunderstanding. And don't forget religion. All of these play a part. And you know what it does? It makes masculinity a mask for some people. Some people don't want to go and do all these manly things, and that's fine. That's life. It's going to happen. It's just sad that these people can't be themselves for a reason of getting cussed out by what? Friends, family. You probably couldn't go to church anymore. Whatever partner you may have. All that stuff plays a part in why someone would want to be on the down low. Man, I want to live my life, but I don't want everybody in my damn business every second trying to tell me what's right from wrong. Fuck it. I'm not hurting myself. I'm not hurting anybody else. Mind your business and go on about your life. But people can't do that. Everybody's got something to fucking say, and it's always at the worst times. Just shut your mouth and go on about your life. But people can't seem to do that, so someone would rather act straight and move in silence than have to deal with random people's bullshit. So yeah, that's a real thing. Being on the down low is what they call it. It takes a toll on your mental health. You're worrying about this, you're worrying about that. It's wild. Oh, I'm black. I got to worry about that. Someone going to hit me in the head because I'm black. They don't like my black ass. Oh, I'm bisexual. I mean, it's not something you'll notice or see right away. Maybe if I, sashayed a little bit more, you might be like, oh, he's got a little something going on. But that's usually not the problem. But for someone who can't control those little things like that, guess what? It's going to make their life go crazier. They're going to get pulled around every which direction because of other people. We gotta stop this, man. Damn. And I'm going to do a whole episode on mental health because we do not talk about it in and out of the LGBT community. We don't. Everybody wants to, oh, I'm okay. I'm okay. No, we're not. None of us are okay. We are all just struggling together. So get off of people's backs. Damn. It sucks. You got to act a certain way around people, or they're going to make you feel like shit. That ain't a fun life. That doesn't sound like anything fun. Sounds scary to me. And let's talk about the representation in entertainment. Now, I don't see a lot of this, honestly, but if they portray a black and bisexual person, first of all, they're predatory, they're deceitful, and they're confused. Or they're just often shown as just being gay, just homosexual. Or again, just confused. But you're not bi. You don't get the best of both worlds. Either you're not sure what the fuck's going on, or you're like the penis. There's no in-betweens there. And that's how they portray, just fuck, gay, bi, anything. If you start saying LGBT, they're going to portray you as the villain who has no self-control and just is ready to get nasty at any second. Shit, that's anybody. Don't just give it to us. Y'all nasty too. And another thing, I said this earlier. Black people have funny ways to say someone is gay. Like I said earlier, he got that sweetness. He got that sugar in his tank. Oh shit, look at him sliding and gliding all around here. Mm-hmm. Hey, Mr. Ma'am. Mr. Ma'am. Listen, I heard that and I about fucking died laughing. Mr. Ma'am. Listen, black people are creative. And I'm telling you, I love being black. I love it. At my job, there's a whole, just everybody. You got black, white, Hispanic, Asian. Listen, you got everything. Only thing we don't have is Indian. That's the only thing. We got everything. But some of the Spanish guys, like, they're my friends. And they joke. And they're like, hey, why are you black? And I'm like, ha ha, because Jesus loves me. And we laugh. And at least I think it's fun. I think it's fun. You got to be positive about this. What? I can't change it. There ain't nothing I can change. Why am I black? Because God knew that I could be strong enough. Hit him with that black power. That's what that is. I got that black power. So I really shouldn't be worrying. Just living life by the power. Now I can add this to the options of what and who and how I can look for things. Black, bi. And then I go and I look for communities. There are communities out there. I've started looking, And it's a little stressful. Like you gotta do some searching. You gotta do a little homework. But you can find the groups and the people that you want to interact with. And that's what I'm gonna start doing more of, because that'll make things even better, making it just a positive experience. And I can't wait. I really can't wait. Because there's no reason for me to be unnecessarily stressed out. I just need to live my life and not worry about the haters. So that's what I'm going to do. Keep living life, baby. And find some happiness in it. That's what we all need to do. And stop messing with other people. You got bills to pay. Worry about your bills. All right, I think that's going to wrap this episode up. This was a good one. Learned a lot. Got a lot off my chest. Listen, it's rough. I'm not saying this is easy. When I decided to come out, I knew it was going to be a process. And I'm just doing it. I'm just processing the process and moving on. That's all you can do. Because life is way too short for the bullshit. So please, don't bullshit anybody. All right, I'm really out of here. Don't forget Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, The Bi Friend Podcast. There you can check out all the full episodes and wherever you podcast. Let people know. They want to have a good laugh. They want to learn something. They want to enjoy the day. And they can do it with Charles right here. Ha ha. All right. I'll see you next Friday. Be safe and bye.